1937 Collusion by Anna von Reitz. Information provided to H.E. Cardinal Mamberti and the Vatican Chancery Court in regard to our claims March 6, 2005, January 19, 2023, in Seek. In 1937, the two major foreign municipal corporations housed in the District of Columbia decided to collude, and instead of continuing to fight each other in a long-ended commercial war, they decided to victimize us, their employers. The essence of this illegal, unlawful and immoral collusion of federal employees and bureaucrats and their state-of-state franchise employees is memorialized as the Declaration of Interdependence of the Governments in the United States. This is a contract that our federal employees and bureaucrats agreed to among themselves, along with their own state-of-state franchise managers. They have used this declaration to excuse their gross negligence and treasonous activities and racketeering on our land and soil ever since. We have copies. Even though these documents are handwritten and oversized, we have JPEG copies of them available for sale so everyone can have their very own copy of the absolute proof of this collusion and who was responsible for it. All but a very few of the original perpetrators are now dead, but blame is not the point. The point is that this collusion exists, it started at a known point in time, it's criminal, and it is still ongoing. Any judge made aware of this and presented with the evidence who fails to take immediate action against it is either 1. Not a judge, by far the more common answer, or 2. Is a judge committing misprision of treason, a serious capital offense. It is a fundamental principle of law that contracts of this kind, that is, contracts that are illegal, immoral, and unlawful and which are formed among criminals and criminal organizations to organize, encourage, and expedite crime, are null and void from inception. But so long as the owner-operators of these run-amok municipal corporations are not taken to task for it, the abuse and criminality continues. The employees of these sanctimonious racketeering organizations assume that they are doing the right thing and doing it the right way, because that is what they are taught, and in all likelihood, it's what 2 or 3 generations of public employees in this country have been taught, in error. These same people ignorantly misrepresent us and our lawful American government, as being absent in interregnum, and lost at sea, because we didn't reconstruct our American federal subcontractor, the so-called Federal Republic, after the Civil War. Let's be very clear. The Confederation of States belongs to us, and the Federal Republic that used to be operated by the Confederation of States, also belongs to us. Not to any remaining foreign municipal corporations still operating in the District of Columbia. It's all ours and we claim it. We also claim the right to reorganize and reconstruct our government instrumentalities when and as we see fit. If we never reconstruct the Confederation of States, or the Federal Republic or both of these long inoperable entities, it's our business. Nobody else's. We, the delegators, retain the returned delegated powers of both the Confederation and the Federal Republic, and our Federation of States is competent to provide all and any services that these organizations used to provide for as long as we need or want to. We demonstrated this for 5 years, 1776-1781. As neither of the 2 foreign municipal corporations housed in the District of Columbia fulfilled their duty to inform their employers, they've been operating in gross fraud, gross breach of trust, gross negligence and in violation of their service contracts for decades. They've also undergone numerous fraudulent bankruptcies that they have improperly charged off to our expense, and they have pretended to be our trustees when it is obvious that we need no such trustees, and never designated either of the foreign municipal corporations remaining in the District of Columbia to act in such capacities. The 1937 collusion demonstrated by the Declaration of Interdependence of the Governments in the United States is sufficient, all by itself, to demonstrate the guilt, self-interest, negligence, and bad faith of both of the municipal corporations housed in the District of Columbia and their state-of-state franchises, departments, and agencies, most of which have been created or hired under conditions of fraud. The unreasonable and intractable malice demonstrated by these foreign public employees toward the American states and people to whom they owe good faith and service, and their continued illegal and immoral war profiteering and involvement in criminal activities including human trafficking, unlawful conversion, inland piracy, racketeering, conspiracy against our constitutions and evasion of their contractual obligations, is more than sufficient reason to liquidate these municipal corporations in sum total, and return all assets they've purloined and profits from their crimes to those who were forced to pay their expenses, bear their bankruptcies without our permission, suffer their pernicious racketeering, and illegal territorial military occupation. Issued by Anna Maria Riesinger, Fiduciary. The United States of America in care of Box 520994 Big Lake, Alaska 99652. April 1, 2023.